Have you ever wanted to give fine dining at home a go, but feel a little overwhelmed by the idea? A great way to get into it is to start by only plating a fancy entree. Today we're going to make a fine dining style mushroom risotto entree. All the components can be made in advance, so I think this entree is an easy introduction to plated meals. We'll start by preparing the risotto ingredients. I've got some finely diced onion, crushed garlic, and fresh picked thyme leaves. I've also got some diced white button mushrooms. To make the risotto, we need to sweet the onion, garlic and thyme in a little oil and butter. While that's sweeting, do you know what fine dining really is? It refers to the whole dining experience. It's formal, sophisticated and elegant. So when creating a fine dining style meal, you want to follow the same principles. Think about putting your best on the plate and include lots of different textures, colours and flavours. This is fragrant, so we're ready to add the short grain rice and give it a bit of a mix around. Then we can add the white wine, which will steam up and give a lovely flavour to the risotto. And then we can add the mushrooms. Now we can add the stock little by little, giving the rice time to absorb the liquid before adding more. You can repeat this until the stock has all been used. While that's cooking, I'm going to prepare a parmesan tuile to garnish this entree. I'm using the same paste I used in my savoury tuile video. You might like to watch that video for some other ideas too. Once I've spread a large area of paste, I'll pop it into the oven to par bake, and then I can cut it into shape. For this entree, I'm making freehand curved triangles, so I'll shape them using the silicone mould. You can use anything oven safe to shape them in or over. Now these can go back in the oven to crisp up and get some colour. Don't they look great? Back to the risotto. I've added in all the stock and the rice is cooked, so now's a good time to finish it with a bit of Parmesan cheese and a sprinkle of salt. That looks and smells delicious. The next thing I'm going to do is make some caramelised red onions. I think the flavour of the mushroom risotto and the caramelised onion will be complementary. It will also create a great colour contrast with the light coloured mushroom risotto. I don't know if you've seen any of my other videos, but I love fresh thyme. It goes into almost anything. I'll add some balsamic vinegar for flavour and let it cook out for a few minutes. Then I can add a little brown sugar to help with the caramelisation. It doesn't take too long for these to soften and caramelise over a low heat. As well as the crunch we get from the parmesan tuile, I think adding a few mushroom chips will be a sophisticated touch to this entree. So I'm going to quickly deep fry a few slices. All of this prep can be done ahead of your dinner and reheated to serve, which makes this a great option if you're getting into plated dinners. The last two components I've got are a few diced sun-dried tomatoes for added flavour and a little green salad for colour and texture. I'm going to make a simple mustard vinaigrette using the oil from the sun-dried tomato jar. This is a subtle way to tie in the dressing and make use of the tomato infused oil. The same savoury tuile video I mentioned before also shows how to make a vinaigrette in more detail, so there's another reason to check it out. I like to lightly dress the salad greens prior to putting them on the dish, so the other components don't go soggy. And since I've got some fresh kale here, I'm massaging it in to soften the leaves. All our components are ready. Let's assemble this little entree. Here's our mushroom risotto, our caramelised red onion, the diced sun-dried tomato and parmesan tuile. I've also got a little mould to use. And over here we've got our mushroom chips and the dressed green salad. I'm going to plate this on a black plate, and after that we'll quickly plate it on a different coloured plate too. You'll see how plate colour can affect the overall look. To make this look elegant, I'm going to squash some of the risotto into this circular mould. Then I'm going to add some caramelised red onion and push it out to the edges so it's not all hidden. Next we can add the sun-dried tomato pieces on top. The colour will blend in, but the flavour will really stand out. Now we can carefully add the parmesan tuile, making sure it's firmly in place. This is going to be the bed for our little bundle of salad greens. I love how this is coming together. Last but not least, we can add the mushroom chips to finish this entree off. Here you can see what the same entree looks like on a white plate. Which is your favourite? Let me know down below. Plate shape and colour can enhance the overall look of an entree, so choose something that works for you. The next step to fine dining at home is to add a plated dessert. Have you seen this video on chocolate garnishes? You can plate any dessert portion. Add one of these ideas and it'll be a great start. Otherwise, here's the savoury tuile video I mentioned a few times. See you over there. Happy entree making!